Hello, people, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, whatever you happen to identify as, whatever. What up? I'm here with some Palworld. Uh, I really like this lava cave thing, but we're here with the I wouldn't even say the new update. Oh my god. This game, man. We're here with the new update because I want to talk about all the biggest changes you may have missed. Um, if you haven't touched Palworld, maybe you downloaded it on Game Pass, was like, I don't really like this too much. Um, it was when it released, it was really rough, but they quickly patched a lot of the roughest of issues. Um, and there's still room for improvement. Trust me. The game still crashes, solidly at least once an hour sometimes. But the game saves a lot, so you usually don't lose significant progress. Although I will say occasionally, like if you were in the middle of catching or looting something, you might find yourself not having that loot, um, which isn't like the end of the world. I need to remember these guys can fuck me up. Oh, it's a Lavander. So let's talk about the biggest changes that has happened, and this is not going to be a certain time frame because I stopped playing and then I came back. Um, and there was a quite a handful of months where I just didn't touch this game. No, please. Um, and so I'm gonna attempt to go over all that, some of that, here. First biggest change, and this is just like my personal opinion. You might think there's bigger changes. Um, okay, good. He's not gonna attack me. Um, One of the biggest changes is to the dungeons. Now they didn't really do too much with the dungeons layout-wise. In fact, they didn't touch the layout at all. But the dungeons now spawn these cave mushrooms, and lotuses. There might be other locations to get in fact, you can go into like little non-dungeon caves and get the mushrooms. You might be able to find lotuses outside of here too. Um, dog, dog, go dog. Okay, I'm looking for the dungeon boss in here. Um, but yeah, they still have this weird like I want to call it artifacting, like this weird like texture that happens in specifically like the treasure chest rooms. Not sure why that is, but it does happen. Um, they still haven't fixed that, although I have yet to get blinded by the light, which is something that would happen a lot more than just the weird textures and stuff. A Hainu, I need the Hainus. Um, but so the lotuses are massive because they give you stat buffs. And I thought the stat buffs weren't going to be that big of an issue, or they weren't going to be that great. And then I actually started like using some of the buffs, um, and I realized that like the stat buffs are actually just massive. Like the like one little, it says it decreases a small amount, but then it ends up just completely like increasing your level by like one level up for like the attack, the workload. You can't increase your defense any other way, so far, except by I'm gonna have to decouple myself from homeboy here. He's taking too many hits. But still, like it's so good. And then they added meteorite showers and airdrops to the game. And okay, whatever. We're killing it. I didn't mean to kill it. Is this lava gonna murder me? Please. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just a burning tree to be a burning tree. This tree is on so yeah, they added in stat buffs, and then the mushrooms are for health potions. Finally, you can restore your health. Uh, to attack pendant plus ones. Wait, what? Okay, they don't stack. That's right. I already have a different attack pendant plus one. Okay, I found another slab. Wait, Laminars? Oh! There's more stuff. The slabs, I don't even know what to do, so I'm not gonna pretend like it's all important. Although I'm sure the slabs have their use. So they added more stuff to do in dungeons. The dungeons themselves have better rewards. As you saw, I got the slab. The plus ones are probably just because I did a higher level dungeon. But you can get the slabs from these dungeons as well. But also, there's XP manuals now in the game to help you level up your pals even faster. Now, I'm not too worried about that personally from a leveling perspective because I have my XP maxed out on the server I play with me and my friend Aaron, and maxed out the XP leveling. But even with the XP leveling maxed, like way maxed the heck out, the POW's levels, like at these higher ends of the like 50s and stuff. Granted, 50 was the max level before. It still takes a fair bit to level up these POWs once they start hitting their 30s and 40s. Even when I'm catching stuff like left and right like crazy. They added the new island, which I've only literally just touched down on. And that added a bunch of new pals to the game, which are big, but I feel like the biggest stuff is the things, that aren't just straight content updates. So they added a new 5 extra levels, I think? Yeah, 5 extra levels, including there's this Pal Steel armor, which lets you equip 4 accessories rather than the standard 2, which is nice. They also added more accessories. One of the massive things that I just keep stumbling on more stuff for is the abilities of the pals have been vastly expanded. Infinite stamina to give now it's not actually infinite, but that's the highest level upgrade. Gives your pals more stamina. There's one that makes them produce eggs faster, which I know some breeders are definitely gonna like. I know a lot of people like to breed pals. I've watched a few pal breeding videos myself just to kind of, get a handle on like what I should be doing with pal breeding, just because I've been doing a bit of it. In fact, I only just recently started breeding pals and started marking a few pals off my list, because I looked up like a list. There's certain pals that when they breed together from different species, they make other species. And if you go online and you look at this list, you can actually just, I think the big giant fish snake, this thing, Serpent, and I'm trying to remember the other one. I think it's an Incineram. Serpent and Incineram will give you the Anubis character, which is normally you have to fight a boss to get. And so I bred the hell out of that, and I got Musclehead and Runner, and I was like, you know what, I'll take that, and I gave my my other friend the other one. I didn't breed this. I think I bought this from a black market trader. But these Mimogs are something else, and I'm not sure if the Mimogs are glitched. Something about them seems off, because a lot of time you attack them and they don't do anything. But then I was just exploring that fire volcano, and I shit you not, I attacked one, and it was expecting it to just sit there and let me wail on it until I caught it. And this one, I set it on fire, maybe that's what triggered it, and that thing took off faster than I've seen every other pal ran up the mountain and around a corner while on fire and died to the flames. Or walked in the lava and died because it walked in the lava. Not sure which killed it, honestly, my fire or it. But you'll find these Mimogs, you'll probably confuse them for, may take them for some sort of weird chest, because they don't have their mouths open with their eyes sticking out. But you will be able to see the ears here. They look a little like this. They're cute little puppy chests. And they added, their skill lets you unlock chests without using keys, which might be nice if you're playing on a server where you can drop your stuff, but not your pals, potentially. But yeah, Mimau can open chests without keys. I'm not sure. So they added that in, but most importantly, they have these. I do have some on me, don't I? No. Okay. They added in a new currency called dog coins. Now, these Mimogs will give you about like 18, 20-ish dog coins per like kill slash capture. And they don't spawn too commonly, so if you ever see one of these, definitely pick them up. But these dog coins, Mimogs got the dog in them. You have to pick these dog coins up, and it's not the only way you can find them. I flew past it earlier, but I didn't point it out, and I'll try to point it out if I see another one. But there are like scraps of just junk, and you go up and you search the junk, and those will often contain a lesser amount, but still contain dog coins in them. And then you can go to a special trader who will let you buy some unique stuff, and thankfully my friend Aaron, lots of credit to him, found out where this trader is. And he's probably at, there's multiple churches in the game. He's probably at one at each one. I'm assuming he's like right inside the church, right? Oh yeah, he even looks different. He's got a nice gold, but yeah, so he's got a nice gold shine. But you can buy yourself some mystery boxes. So these equipments right here will give you the benefit of, so if you're just starting off the game, let's say you start off with just these 2 slots, you will not unlock these other 2 slots until you get the highest level armor and reach level 55 in the game. That being said, if you've already gotten up to level 50 before you left the game and you come back, buying both of these is useless for you unless it stacks with the armor, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But getting 100 isn't going to be too hard, but getting 1,000 is going to be impossible. Not impossible. It's going to take a lot of grinding. This shirt, the multi-class undershirt, first of all, the undershirt's got a retexture, but that happened before I stopped playing. But you can buy a undershirt from the Desert Trader, which is located not there. The map is very touchy. It's located here on the map, and they'll sell you a undershirt, and it gives you a level 1 protection from heat and cold. This is a +1, however, so it is superior to those. And this will give you I'm assuming it will give you a +2. So using this one shirt, I think, and having like a normal higher level PAL armor, because the like I think tier 2 or tier 3, like the PAL metal armor and up, will give you 1 stack of heat and cold resistance. So stacking that with this, I'm pretty sure allows you to go into any environment. I could be wrong. But yeah, and then there's this Ring of Freight, +1, which means there's a normal ring somewhere being sold. I don't work today. That is my alarm. Gotta love those things. They they keep me going to work on time if I don't have 2 alarms. Uh, all-purpose pal extractor. I didn't see what this was. That can be 2,000 injected into pals to unlock their potential. Raises pals rank by 1. A resentful force. It can be heard from within. Wow, that's insane. I didn't know they sold this. These elixirs though. A pal's defense. Wait, they have stuff for pals in here too. So yeah, these coins are ever useful. The elixirs. The speed elixir is the equivalent of 2 upgrades to your work speed. And I don't know if the burden is also equivalent to 2. The might seem to only be equivalent to 1, but I could be misremembering that. I've only so far found the might and the vital elixir. So just massive things, for more things to help you, fight against things in harder difficulty. Now you can, by just exploring, doing events in the world, you can just do stuff. The elixirs can be found for free in airdrops. You'll see a red marker, and I've found a lot of airdrops. Just literally, I've teleported here, and just seen an airdrop come in. They don't have any sort of special animation. The box kind of just falls in unceremoniously from the sky. So yeah, they definitely have given you a lot more reasons to, mess around, play with the game. But I imagine that, we're eventually going to be able to get to the tree. They added in a brand new boss with this new update. And there's that raid boss too. So there's a lot of new things that I'm sure they're going to start because to keep the more experienced, more veteran players interested, they're going to add harder and harder challenges and stuff. Currently, we actually just beat Lily today. She was actually kind of a pushover for where we're at, but then we tried to go over here, and we just got completely targeted by ground spikes, and this one's harder than this one, so yeah, and I'm assuming this one's going to be the hardest one of all of them because it just got added with the update, although I haven't even bothered going inside. I kind of wish they'd add a recommended PAL level to the thing. They gave you more box space. That being said, I had my boxes kind of neatly organized. You can see how everything's kind of with themselves here. And then this was the near end of the box was kind of here-ish, and then I caught a bunch more pals, obviously. And then this was the end of the boxes, I think, here or here. No, the end of the box is where my pals stopped. These aren't my throwaway pals. So I had some wiggle room between the 2 boxes. So we had, yeah, we had about this many boxes before. I think, yeah, I always filled up from right to left and then stopped, which is how I do things. It's a very good way to organize things. I wish we had a little bit more tools to designate boxes for where pals went, or even let us name pal boxes, and maybe disallow certain pals for me put in or something. I'm not sure. But maybe that's a little bit too hard to do. But I have you gotta keep things organized when you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of pals. And they added everything from the right over, so they doubled the size of your pal boxes. Massive change there. If you look at the tech tree, they added a new pal sphere to help you catch. Wonder how strong it is in comparison to legendaries. So yeah, 43 to 37. So it's significantly stronger. It's also very expensive to make. It's just I thought we were good on stone and pal steel, and then we started running out our palladium, and then we started constantly running out palladium. I'm Oh no, we're out of stone. I thought we'd fix this issue. The pals were like, you know, passively mining up stone. Um, Pretty irregularly, but still kind of nice. Um, so make sure you don't throw away any pal steel. Keep all your stone, keep all your pal steel. The meteorite event, which also got added in, will help you get a lot of palladium. One piece of meteorite is 3 palladium. So that's nice. They added a bunch of new weapons. That I really want to try this laser rifle because it seems like the next, like, you know, single fire rifle edition. I currently have the single fire rifle. I just like the high damage, like marksman weapons, preferably. Um, and I can't wait to like get this and use this. But the Val Steel, I just don't have enough crude oil. The airdrops consistently have like a lot of crude oil on them, so they're worth getting, especially if you know, are looking for the crude oil spots on the map, or you haven't gotten around to getting the crude oil. Not that it's gonna help you build Pal Steel before level 50, but you know, you can start stacking it up early. Definitely don't throw it away. Um, uh, but yeah, I don't know what pals. I'm assuming there's gonna be like some sort of final boss pal that's right here. This this thing, I a dreamlike facility that automatically butchers any pal that's placed inside. Like, I think this is one of the most funniest things added in. But I think the biggest thing, honestly, and it's a little sad they put it so high up, the sulfur mine and the coal mine. I tried getting my pals to mine coal within a base limit, and the the little bat cat things, cat bats, I forget what they're called. Um, they wouldn't mine the coal off the ground. So I don't know why they wouldn't, because they'd mine the metal. But it's like, oh, they can't mine coal. And I was like, why not? They mine metal. Why not coal? But these sulfur and this coal mine are going to be very vital. Kind of been just like catching every pal in existence, trying to get these. Because mining coal, not honestly, mining coal and sulfur, once you know where to look, aren't really that big of a pain. But if you're having trouble, let me show you on the map where you can go. I would say this spot's a decent place to mine coal. You do need to take a flying pal with you, or have an excessive amount of stamina, because this is a high ass cliff. This is where I decided to build my new base. It is not done yet because I literally ran out of stone. I've been using a lot of stone to build stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of coal here, and then there's even more coal off the back of this mountain, kind of where I have this marked here. And this is actually not a half bad place to build your base. If you put it like about this far away, you can have access to 2 oil mining facilities. It's so much to try to. It takes a lot of like pal steel, palladium, whatever stuff to actually build those oil extractors. And then the problem I'm running into right now is I need more palladium. I'm surprised they don't have like a palladium line, but maybe that's kind of a, you know, maybe not necessary, because you know, they can just mine stone here and then, you know, shove it in this chest to get palladium. Speaking of which, it seems like they've stocked me up on more stone, so I'm not gonna use all this, but yeah, keep it flowing, my guys. Look how, oh my god, he's got the metal in his mouth. Okay, this guy is fucking ridiculous. Like, I caught him and then I summoned him here. Before I built the level 2 version of this, this was pushed back a bit more. Homeboy was like coming back here and just doing a little dance jig, like spinning around over here. And I was like, he's like, I'm starving, and I was just like, no, you're not. Fucking just, it's right there. Pals still get stuck a bit, but for the most part, things are are really good. And the update, the other big change I should mention is with the increase to level, they've also increased the amount of XP you can gain from catching pals. Now that's, to be more specific, they've increased the amount of times you get XP bonus. If you see in the bottom right, the capture bonus is no longer 10 for a pal, it's now 12, and that is retroactive. So if you had 10 captures of a pal, even if you caught thousands of them in the past, which I definitely have caught a lot of lamb balls, chickpeas, lift monks. I need to catch another lift monk apparently. Actually, it says I caught 19. I guess I should say it's not retroactive. Honestly, that's kind of misleading. But regardless, no matter how many you caught in the past, if you haven't catched your 2 extra pals, you should go back and find 2 more of every pal you've caught. I know this little boy, Ruby. I like the bow tie, man. This was probably one of my favorite, like, weaker end, lower end pals. I like this little deer guy. Definitely go back and capture them. You will get more XP for all those catches. I'm not sure how this works versus new characters versus you know, like, for example, I maxed out my capture bonus when I hit 10 with a lot of these pals before I stopped playing months ago. Does that mean I got a big bonus of XP for hitting 10, and then now that bonus has been moved to 12? Or do they do something where, like, once you get the 11th and the 12th, you get a massive more XP, and the XP amounts for hitting 10 remain the same? I'm not sure. I'm not really XP counting. It's just something that popped in my head when I was, like, catching these. I was just like, wait a second, if I already maxed these out and I'm double maxing them out, am I getting, like, another big XP reward? So I don't actually have the answer for that. But let me know if you know anything about that. There's a lot of stuff that you may have missed when you were gone. I don't think they changed anything with this. No, they didn't. They did, however, add another. Yeah, so before it was you could only set work mode. The work preference thing came in right before I stopped playing. Work preferences were added. So if you thought this is like the most vital equipment. Wait, hold up, my roommate. But I use. You're fine. I use this mostly to stop pals from doing specific attacks. If I want a pal, like, for example, you know, the back right one's a fight. There's not like a resource everything. But the Joel Hulk, he's there just to free stuff. That's it. That's all he does. So he doesn't need to be getting any fights. He doesn't need to be, you know, he's only level 34. He doesn't need to be going out and dying. So anything is particularly weak and you don't want to just stay back and not die, you kind of just, hey, don't do that. I'm not sure if these save per pal or if they just reset when they get taken in and out. I don't remember changing this in this area, but I did move this pal from one base over here, and so I'm gonna move him back to planting seeds because, you know, that but this right here is like, rather than going up and picking up your pal, you can do it like this. And in fact, I'm gonna have Tombat assign it there. And this is just a really easy way to assure your pals are working on certain things. They'll tell you who can work on what, and then you can assign pals. And I think for the most part, they won't move off of said thing. In fact, you can when you have multiple pals at the same level, I'm just going to deselect them like this. Like I have like 5,000 ore. It's actually kind of crazy. There we go. It seems to not. Oh, he's already in another tax. Okay. So I won't let you put them on tax if they're already in another tax. I, for some reason, wasn't recognizing that he was already there. But yeah, now you can kind of just move them around from here and just kind of reassign them. You know, to where you need it if you have too much stuff. Eventually I'll get the electric furnace and stuff like that. So it's a nice way to like keep things running smoothly at your camp. Very important to do. This was already added in my last, but in case you don't know, you can go over your chest settings and press B and determine what gets put where. Now it won't just prevent pals, but it'll prevent, you know, people from putting things in chests. So if you don't have access to the signage, or you have really lazy people in your clan, club, whatever, I forget what it's called, guild, that's the word. Just prevent them from putting things in here of that nature. Before this game first released, you usually just have to fill up the chest or whatever, and I mean it's still a surefire way that pals only stack things in here. I forget, there's a quick stack, like right bumper, yeah. I forget, like you can just press right bumper to quick stack. I honestly should be using it more often. I should be using it all the time. I just forget that's a thing, to be honest. But oh my god, lady, put it in the chest. But yeah, yeah, no, I see. Like I have 4,000 ore. I don't need any more ore. What I need is, I need stone. I don't know why they're still delivering ore. The pals could still use a little bit of help when it comes to delivering ore and stuff. But yeah, but for the most part, this game went from like a really solid game to like just a hella solid game, honestly. The remedies with the lotus crafted are here. You know, you got your different lotuses that you pick up. Oh, I didn't know you needed meat. Okay, some of the ingredients for these are gonna require you to wow, sweet hair. Okay. Or Bombi ribbons, it catches. I'm so glad I'm just keeping those. I threw some of those out. So yeah, the potions are going to require some weird ingredients from various different pals. And then the lotuses are the most time consuming because, you know, at most I've seen like maybe 2 lotuses per dungeon. Maybe that's it. Sometimes none. So it's going to be a very slow process of creating those elixirs to get your stats up, but you know it should be slow. It's more of like a added benefit of going out and doing a dungeon, because obviously you open the chest at the end and you usually get some, you know, stuff to sell for money and some useless things like this that you just couldn't care for. These rune fragments, I have no clue. I have no clue how to combine these. I have 6 of them. I don't know if you need to grab. These both look the same. These all say Balinor slab fragment, but this is Libros. I'm assuming that's a boss. Balinor is a. Wait, is that the raid boss they were talking about? I can't think of anything else it would be. So maybe that's some of the raid boss. I just figured out what the slabs are for. I think. If I had to guess, I don't actually know. It's probably for the summoning altar, which I don't have access to. I'm kind of saving my tech points up. I want the ability glasses next. Very, very good. Lets you see the stats. Health, attack, and defense stat on a scale of 1 to 100. Oh, shit. It's like an IV glass. Oh, wait. Secure and hidden PAL abilities. Yeah. So this basically lets you see what you're catching before you catch it. This is basically just for scouting PALs in the wild. To see if they're even worth catching. If you care about that type of stuff. But, you know, it is nice knowing that, you know, should I be concerned about killing this thing or not? There is a Ring of Mercy that got added at some point too. Very important that you either keep this on you, or you know, for the most part, I've been strapping this thing on me 24/7, pretty much since I started playing again, because I've been catching everything, and I mean everything. And as long as you don't deal fire damage or poison damage, any DOT will not will go through the ring. Including poison arrows, I think, as well. So be careful when you're using it. They can still die. They can also die from, like, you know, outside sources of damage, as well as any pals you're not riding. Will also just, you know, completely just wreck it. They're like remaining 1 HP. But assuming you're just using like a sword or a spear, you will just, you know, you'll just never kill it, as long as they don't like stub their toe on something. So really nice. That should get you up to speed with everything new in the game. There isn't much else to talk about. I mean, there is a lot else to talk about. But as far as like major game-changing stuff, the only thing I will mention, and it's more of just like stability enhancement. This desert area used to fall through the floor 24/7. In fact, it used to fall through the floor over here too. These two areas used to fall through the floor through a lot. Like you just slipped through the earth. It was terrible. That never happens anymore. At least not on the Series X. I cannot say anything for the Xbox One. I know my friend tried playing it on his one, and he was still getting kind of choppy issues. But I have noticed a much smoother experience on the Series X. And my friend played it on his PC, and he hadn't played it on PC before, so he didn't have a frame of reference. But it was way better on his PC than it was on the Xbox One. For any of y'all playing on Xbox One, just turn down can you turn on your settings in this game? I think you can. Okay, you can't do anything with the settings on this game, I don't think. Maybe. But regardless, good luck leveling up the other 5 levels if you already maxed, and if you're new to the channel, and you like this video, like, comments, twice. Tell me if there's anything I missed, what your favorite features have been added in since they started doing that. I forgot they added this in too. They have PAL skins now. They're not selling them though. It would seem like they're only available through redeemable codes, either through Twitch drops or other such things. Although I'm saying Twitch drops in the example because I actually have no clue how to get these skins. But by just making this little thing, you will get this Cattiva with a deal with its shades for just making it. So there is like one free skin for your pals you can have. I imagine that will become a thing much later on. Maybe they'll have a shop where you can buy skins for pals. I'm hoping not. Really hoping not. I think, let me see here. I forgot to mention that. It's not super game changing, to be fair, which is why I'm just kind of saying this at the end. But that is all the way up at the very top. One of the first things you can get. Obtained inside and outside game can be applied here. So I haven't found any skins inside the game yet. It'd be nice if there were some achievement-based skins. That would be really cool, honestly. If they added skins for defeating bosses, or like rare skin drops from bosses, maybe to dress up your pals like some of the defeated humanoids. Because Lily and a few of the other people have some interesting drip, you know. Um, but yeah. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy 4th of July. Um, hopefully I'll get to do something fun. My boss called me, said I wasn't working today, which is why I decided to record this video. Because I really couldn't think of anything else to do. I don't really have anything else to do. Womp womp. So, yeah. I will see you guys when I see you. Figuratively speaking, of course. Peace, y'all.